Hi guys, welcome to Urb'n Barz, the UK channel that gives you the best in rap, hip hop, and urban reactions from music around the world every single day. Guys, given a challenge and a half. I've been asked by Aurora to react to our brother Dave and his track How I Met My Ex. So this track's about 7.5 minutes long, something like that. So I'm not going to be able to break it down line by line, etc. So I might just paraphrase some of it. But I know for a fact that Dave is next level, Dave is X level, Dave is left field kind of thing in what he does. So this is going to be a challenge and a half. So guys, the man is complex at worst and next level at best, so I'm a bit nervous, so stick with me guys. But anyway, so this is Dave and it's How I Met My Ex. So guys, let's sit back, relax, and let's close our eyes as we listen to the master Dave and How I Met My Ex. First up, before he comes in, the music. I mean, Dave is multi talented, but I love piano music and I love the way he plays. This is going to be something awesome. Oh yeah, and by the way guys, I've never heard this track before, so keep it real. So this is going to be a surprise to me, so I don't know what to expect, but I can hear already from the music this is going to be something, yeah, that's going to make you think.
Like, I met my girl when I was 18 years old, and she was just turning 23. I really love her from my heart, and even though I don't deserve it, fam, I hope she loves me. So I just
So he's 18, she's 23, so she's more experienced. He's just a young man. He's just a youth, a young man. So yeah, with a lot of young man's things. So she's 23, it's 5 year age difference.
on this private show, I'm doing Foot Locker promo, and judging from the postcode, it was Shoreditch or Soho. Did 6 or 7 tracks, made 6 or 7 racks.
So he was already performing at age 18. He said it was either Soho or Shoreditch, depending on the postcode. And he said he did 6 or 7 tracks, made 6 or 7 racks. So if you're making £6,000 or £7,000 at the age of 18, that's not bad. That's not pocket money, guys. That's not bad going. Trust me.
Couple days later on Twitter, I saw this photo of myself and I was grinning. That 4K camera quality, it got me tripping.
So you just said the camera quality was 4K. When did 4K come out? That must have been about 2014, 15, something like that. Okay. So Dave's still he's a young boy. He's a young man.
I'm checking out who did it when I stumbled on this girl, and I could tell that she was different. A couple hours later now I'm liking all her pictures, I ain't finished. I typed her Twitter name into my Insta so I could check on every single little digit. Why didn't I just message her? Trust me, I was thinking, but I'm a self-centered rapper, too concerned.
So he's met this girl and he's literally found out her whole profile, whether it's on Twitter, Insta, whatever, social media. And he just said, well, why didn't he just message her? So literally he's done a background check beforehand. The reason I'm saying that, guys, is like back in the days before this social media nonsense, you just literally talked to someone and you found out and you did relationships by actually physically speaking to someone, and you either got accepted or you got knocked back. But I don't know, because I'm not in this situation, but today, is that what happens today? Instead of going up to chat to a girl or a guy, do you go through their social media and actually find out all about them via what you see on social media and profiles? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know in the comment section. I mean, this is serious. I really don't know, guys. Yeah. That's interesting. I'm going to rewind a little bit, but I'm going to stop chatting because otherwise we'll be here for a long time. This is about 7 minutes long, 7.5 minutes long. Hang on. Let me just listen to that again.
finished. I typed her Twitter name into my Insta so I could check on every single little digit. Why didn't I just message her? Trust me, I was thinking, but I'm a self-centered rapper, too concerned about my image, the truth. So when she hit me first, I'm pretty shocked I didn't burst. I'm calling Josh, Jack, and Just. Who am I ringing first? Man, I was so excited that I replied a minute later. That's that bro. I think that you just let her know excited.
So this girl messaged Dave, and Dave was really excited that she pinged him, so he didn't have to make the first moves. That's interesting. Okay.
Too excited, no clue on what I should do excited. So I'm just typing, rambling like a fool excited.
So he's saying, like, we've all been through that process where you just let your mouth run away from your brain. So in his case, he's typing away all sorts of nonsense. So he's saying, yeah, he's so excited, just everything just gushed out. Oh, the piano.
Look.
Just got a change in the piano bits there, so the mood's changing.
And we were talking for hours over some minor things, ignoring everyone else. To her, I'm replying quick. This type of chick, she got a spark like you were lighting spliffs. You know you like her when you're thinking about your words. She got me typing, deleting my messages, then rewriting, in the hope that there's a smile when she's replying.
So Dave just said he's typed something out on, you know, whatever it is, social media, mobile phone, blah blah blah, whatever, text message. But before he went to send, he's been checking everything he's just written and saying, that's probably not good enough. So he's typing out something else again. Oh, that's not good enough. So he's typing, checking, retyping, rechecking, because, you know, once he's sent it out to the girl, he can't take it back. But he's just checking. He's like second guessing himself, just thinking, oh, is she going to like what I say? You know, blah, blah, blah. So it's all the nerves and everything. The tension builds up in you. And yeah, you start confusing yourself. Yeah, second guessing yourself. Yeah, we've all been through that.
The highlight of my day, and phone calls in the night, it's the little things. The girl, she had a vibe, and I liked it, and she's into photography, she's got a passion for it. And she respects that I'm rapping, but she ain't catting for it. See, that's the perfect balance. There's no.
So what Dave's saying there is he's got someone at a level towards him. So she's got a career, you know, so she's a photographer, you know, she's got a career path. So I think what you're trying to say is, like, he's an MC, he's a rapper, whatever, so that's his career path, whatever. He's now saying, you know, does the girl like me for me, or does she like me for my image? Does she like me for Dave or Dave Santan? You know, it's that kind of thing. But because she's now got a career and something that goals for herself, then, you know, things are probably quite cool. But I mean, that's the image I'm getting there, because I'm not a famous person, but certain famous people must think this, that, you know, do they like me for me, or do they like me for what my image is, or what, you know, I represent? That's how I'm reading the situation.
Nothing better than a girl with talent, drive, ambition, all of them things above, she's showing in abundance. I ain't even met her yet, she works around the corner, but lives just outside of London. I ain't fronting, I'm a.
I like that. So he's now bigging her up, saying she's talented, she's got everything in abundance. He hasn't actually met her yet. But this thing got me a bit funny, but she lives just round the corner, just out of London. So I'm not too sure what that means. But sometimes I'm thinking, sometimes you build people up to be bigger, better than they actually are. So he's probably built up an image, a picture in his own mind, you know, about who this person is. And sometimes you build someone up to put them on a pedestal. And sometimes, in some cases, it's like people who have what's the word called? They call it dreams and stuff, whatever. Sometimes you don't want your dreams to become reality, because the reality isn't going to be as special as what you thought itself. So I'm thinking that Dave is now in that sort of no man's land of, you know, he's built her up to be something incredible, amazing, but, you know, she's just around the corner, but out of London. So maybe in some cases he's thinking, you know, do I take that step over the threshold? Do I not? You know, do I keep my dream intact, or do I actually step into reality?
Sweet boy, intentions are in question, so my compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. The first time I met her,
I like that. I like Dave. Dave's a complex character, because what I'm hearing from a lot of these words is some of them are contradictory, and Dave is writing that in this sphere on purpose. So, you know, so I like that when he said she lives just round the corner, but she's outside of London. So it's almost a contradictory juxtaposition in what he's saying. But he said this in quite a few of the rhymes he said in this verse already. So it's quite interesting to see where this is going to go.
I'm surrounded by my friends, random ends on some staircase. So much for a first date.
Hold on, I missed that. So the first date. Let's go.
Front and I'm a sweet boy. Intentions are in question, so my compliments are decoys, if that even makes sense. The first time I met her, I'm surrounded by my friends, random ends.
So the first time you met, he's surrounded by his friends in random
on some
ends.
staircase. So much for a first date. I just had a show and
So he's met her right after his show. And this is their first date.
I asked if she could meet me after. Maybe we could chill. You never know where things could go. No problem, she down to roll. Travelled in a cold sore when I crossed the road. Grey hoodie under a coat, if I'm remembering correctly. It's always kind of weird when a person that you were texting's a person that you're obsessed with. I was on her from the jump. I think she was wearing pumps or Vans when I first met her. No, it's either one. She was looking so attractive.
So she was wearing either pumps or Vans. And I get, Dave, sometimes when you have really special moments, etc., sometimes the memory can become confused. So I think he said he was wearing a grey hoodie under a coat, but I can't remember what she was wearing. But so he said that she was she wearing pumps or Vans? The curtain between reality and fantasy, that was the word I was looking for before, fantasy, is so slight. So sometimes, you know, you get distortions.
I barely saw skin because she was covered like a mattress. Man, I think that she's the one. I was stuck for 20 seconds trying to give the girl a hug. And all my friends are drunk, so fuck it, I'm about to kiss her. Any complications, I'm blaming it on the liquor.
Oh, I like it. So he said, F it, I'm about to kiss her. But any complications, he's going to blame on the liquor. So if she knocks him back, he can just say, oh, you know, here's a, you know, it's the drink talking sort of thing. So it's still there. You've got that kind of, because it's new and everything, there are boundaries and barriers that you still need, and parameters that you need to negotiate. So, you know, if he oversteps the boundary, he's already got his excuse in place in case she knocks him back. So yeah, I get it.
Changing my name on Twitter and blocking her on my Insta.
So he would have changed his name on Twitter and blocked her. Oh yeah.
I saw her skin blush the moment that our lips touched. She pulled my bottom lip until it stretched. Kissed me on my cheek until she reached around my neck and had me moaning like a bitch. Even though I'm wearing jeans, I had to rearrange my dick so she don't see that I'm a wreck.
He had to rearrange himself because he was erect. So obviously she's responded in kind to his kiss, and that's quite a nice thing for Dave. So he doesn't have to block her on Twitter or Instagram, or, you know, make excuses for why he kissed her. I like that.
The first time we met got me feeling like a creep, and that strawberry flavour gave her tongue a kind of sweet little taste that we could speak about anything. We were friends first. I dropped her to the station, I remember.
So I like that. We could speak about anything. We were friends first. So the awkwardness is now gone, but because they were communicated beforehand, they know a bit about each other. So there is no awkwardness. They went straight into the passion, I think.
Because we had a conversation for ages about our dreams and the things that we hadn't seen. And
so he's just said that now. We had the conversation for ages about our dreams and things we haven't seen. So basically, it isn't like back in the days when, you know, you or I, you know, met someone in a nightclub or at a bar or something for the very first time, you know, all the noise, the music and everything else, when you can't have a deep and meaningful, although you can in some cases if you find an alcove somewhere, but, you know, they had all the deep and meaningful before, and now they've met up, they've gone straight into the physical.
All that we had intended to do, I bet she's hoping my intentions are true. And as months went by, we both got into.
So like that, did she, you know, she's hoping his intentions are true. So the girl is hoping that what they've talked and discussed about is for real, that he's not, you know, sort of some fake person. And what I call these people fugazis, whatever. I call them all, you know, someone's fake, they're a fugazi. So there you go. But yeah, there's always the worry that someone is too good to be true.
And intimate. And I'ma spare you the details because both of our parents are probably listening, but really we were into it, into us, into this, into everything about
Wild passion. Wild.
each other. We were lovers and I love her because she knows me, and that's probably why she told me you ain't ready for a girl. You're still a little kid that's getting ready for the world and you don't need that kind of burden, but I told her that I want it and I'm just being honest.
I just love the way he changed the key and the music and the way the bass and everything's coming through on that. I mean, Dave, he challenges the typical approach of how you write a rap song and MCing. This is almost I don't know if people know, but back in the days you had people like the griots. So this is before hip hop, you know. Back in the days, I can't even remember them now, but the last poets, the griots. So before Grandmaster Flash and all these people were doing it, and then even before them, in say for instance in Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, and all these places, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, this is the spoken word, the poets, the poeticness, and you know, this is what I'm seeing and hearing in Dave. This is his style.
Yes, I know that girls exist, but I don't see them as a problem. I meant every single word. And I ain't gonna lie and say DMs have been absurd, but out of every single girl, this is the weirdest of positions. It's usually the girl that's asking where I see her fitting or a place in her position, but I'm telling her I need it, and I don't think she sees it, so I'm being even sweeter when we're speaking and we're meeting. I've got affectionate messages, you can read them. You gotta tell a girl that she's beautiful till she sees it, believes it, understands it more than physically, mentally.
So I think he's saying that, and it is very true in a lot of cases, that sometimes, you know, words can just be words, but words are the most powerful thing in this world. I mean, in this world, there are a few things that hold sway and power. I mean, words hold sway and power. If you can master words, you can actually become quite powerful and have a lot of control. If you master signs and symbols as well, you have a lot of mastery of the world. And what he's saying here as well is, you know, hopefully she's not just hearing words, but she's hearing the meanings and the sentiment behind those words. Because a lot of girls are told a lot of things and lied to. I think this is what Dave's saying, and you know, over a course of time, you know, you have a lot of relationships where you've been lied to by people promising you the world. Then you know, when the next man or next person comes along, etc., and says something similar, you know, do you believe it? You know, you've had a long stream of people lying to you.
And the way that I'm feeling, I could talk for 10 years about the moments that we shared, the jokes that we had running, the places that we've been, the music we made together, producing next to my bed, then making my minor changes in reference to what she said. I think I started getting tired, my schedule's a mess, replies are getting lazy, and my lady knows it's crazy, but she's there if I'm in need, while I'm at shows getting tempted by girls that are on their knees, you know.
Oh, so he's dealing with the temptation side of fame. Fame and, you know, money and fame. It does draw people to you like flies around whatever, or bees around honey, you know. But quickly, I was just about to say the thing, like with Dave playing the piano, etc. I mean, I love the way he incorporates the piano, the chords, the notes, etc., into how he executes the rhymes and how it drives the next level, the next stage of his rhymes. This is next level stuff, really is next level stuff. And this actual song, I've never heard it before. What's it called? How I Met My Ex. Is, do you know, it's like a magnum opus, do you know, like your best ever works kind of thing, sort of thing. And they take time, years sometimes, but you know, knowing Dave, he probably wrote this in 5 minutes. But yeah, this is incredible. So basically, going back to the scene, Dave's now saying that, you know, there's groupies and people throwing themselves at him. So this is temptation, guys. This is risk and temptation. So there's the risk of being famous, and say you have a partner or whatever, it's the temptation that's thrown at you. And how do you deal with that temptation?
I'm only a teen, it's like my eyes started drifting.
Remember, Dave just said he's only a teen. He's 18. The lady's 23, so there's 5 years difference. So 23, she's probably had more experience than more maturity, more whatever. So he's only 18. I think back to myself when I was 18. So if, you know, temptation comes your way, what happens? How do you handle it? You know?
Not as easy as I pictured to give your all to a woman, ignoring all this attention that's been getting to my head. The sex is so accessible, one message or text and girls will get in your bed. She's trying to make it happen with photos at her events. I mentioned it's a passion, photography is her thing, and I don't know if it's the pressure where paper meets the passion and the pleasure. We all gotta work to survive, so now she's popping up at shows, taking pictures on her own. And at first it wasn't cool, but fuck it, we'll let it go. Until I saw her in some rapper's tracksuit, I felt away. She told me it was working, she was in some studio taking pictures, and I just sighed.
So listen to that. It looks like because of work commitments, etc., etc. I'm not saying they've drifted apart, but they're not as together as they were before. But also now I think Dave has now got, he's got the green eye of jealousy a little bit there. Did he say he saw in another rapper's tracksuit or something in one of her jobs? She said it's just work. So now Dave is now beginning to have self-doubts, insecurities, about his lady.
Some halfway wannabe rappers that fed her lies, ain't looking for no picture.
So halfway wannabe rappers who've fed her lies.
I know it's your profession, but read their intentions. They ain't paying male photographers to shoot that same session.
Haha. So why have they asked for a female photographer to shoot them in those sort of sessions where whatever? So read between the lines, read their intentions. There's always people who've got intentions to do stuff to put you in compromising positions. Let's say that, where you may become compromised.
And I felt so disrespectful, standing on her dreams and crushing them. I just told her it's nothing, do what you need to do. If I ain't feeding you, then my opinion's all I'm giving when I speak to you.
So now Dave he's drawing back a bit and saying, well, hang on a minute, this is your job, this is your career, this is your, your profession. I'm not paying you, so you need to do what you need to do. But Dave's still there thinking, so do I intervene? But is it any of my business? That's what Dave's saying,
Because I don't have the right. Why should girls be punished for a male's dirty mind?
Why should girls be punished for a male's dirty mind? So basically, I think what Dave's saying is, even though he's got those insecurities, he's thinking the worst, blah, 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 blah. Why should he think that of his girl? There needs, in life, man, there needs to be respect and trust. So if you have respect and trust, then you know that your other half isn't going to go and do stupidness, whatever, even if, temptation or these things come in your way. So that's what Dave's saying. So he's fighting the urge to step in and try to control his girl with, hey, hang on, let's take a step back. Let's have some respect here. Let's have some trust, and, trust her to do the right thing.
When I think about it now, I'm ashamed to the core. I mean, how many men stop their women from achieving what they can because in secret they've been feeling insecure and I can't handle my emotions. It's probably why I didn't see her.
I like that. So basically he's saying that in a lot of aspects, in a lot of times, men have, not all men of course, definitely not, but certain people have held back their partners because of their own insecurities. So basically, they've probably stepped in and stopped their partner from actually achieving all they could achieve. Because they're insecure. I suppose in some aspects they're insecure that if the partner does become as good as they could be, will the partner look at them as, well, why do I need you? Or they'll meet someone else, or etc, etc. So that insecurity means that they start to put their own insecurities onto their partner, which is unfair.
Talent when I should have been supporting and promoting, like I didn't have a platform, a voice and a following. With everyone I knew, I really could have done a lot of things to help chase her dream, but instead of me to grow into the person that she needs, I acted like I couldn't see. And I don't mean to say this like I don't trust the girl, but how can I trust her if I don't trust myself?
Oh, that's deep. So how can I trust her if I don't trust myself? Yikes. How can I trust her if I don't trust myself? So guys, this is interesting actually, because it is true, especially what's going on, now. There's a lot of insecurities and there's a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-loathing and stuff. Because a lot of what we see in society, society tells us, oh, you need to be the biggest, the baddest, the best, the fastest, the strongest, the richest, the this, the that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. So if you see all these adverts, you see all these, things telling you need to be this, you need to be that, and you're not this, you're not that, then what does that feel for you? I mean, inadequate, do you feel inadequate? Do you feel lower than you should do? Because, well, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm expected to be this. I'm expected to provide for this, to provide for that. I'm expected to have lovely things, nice things. But if you don't have those things, how does that make you feel? And then because of then how that makes you feel, how do you project your feelings onto your loved ones? So do they become negative projections or positive projections? So I think this is what Dave's saying, and Dave's hit a lot of chords here. He's hit a lot of stuff here that really does need to be sort of spoken about. You know, just talk about stuff. And for guys, I know particularly guys, it's very difficult to have that center of friends as well that you can talk to. I know there's lots of guys, whatever, you know, guys would rather, you know, get into a fight or get beaten up than to actually talk about their feelings. Where girls are great. Girls have so many friends they can talk to and spill out all their feelings to. But I'm sorry to say, it's not a guy thing. I don't know if it's a sign of weakness, or whatever, or whatever. Because even if a guy friend says to you, "Yo, what's up? You look a bit down. What's going on?" 99 times out of 100 you still won't tell them what the real problem is. It's a guy thing. It's something inside us that we really need to find a way to release, because I'm sorry to say, guys, as well, that more guys in this world commit suicide than girls. Girls talk about stuff with people, they release it. Guys don't. And the way this world is made, it's made to make guys feel that they're weak, especially as society is changing now. You know, society is changing. A lot of guys don't know their place in society. A lot of guys are committing suicide because of this. And I'm very, very sorry to say this. This is the God's honest truth, people. We as people need to realize we are human beings, whether you're male, whether you're female, or whatever you call yourself. We are people first. We're human beings. We need to release stress, anxiety, but in the right way. Because if you don't release stress and anxiety in the right way, sometimes you take it out on the wrong people. You take it out on your loved ones. You put stress in on your loved ones. You exercise things like blackmail, coercive control, and stuff like that, where you shouldn't. And if you could release whatever problems you have, you probably wouldn't. There's a lot of debate needs to be said about this. But let me get back to the Dave song. But what he said is so right. I'm just going to rewind it because I lost my thread. Hold on one second, guys. Here we go, Dave. Come on. How I Met My Ex.
Emotions. It's probably why I didn't see her talent when I should have been supporting and promoting. Like I didn't have a platform, a voice and a following. With everyone I knew, I really could have done a lot of things to help chase her dream. But instead of me...
So Dave's saying, even though he was in a position, he had a voice and a platform to actually assist his girl, even he couldn't talk. That is interesting. Even though you got a platform, you just can't. Oh,
to grow into the person that she needs, I acted like I couldn't see. And I don't mean to say this like I don't trust the girl, but how can I trust her if I don't trust myself? And even girls can get tempted, you know how it goes. What if she meets a bigger rapper when she's at a show? What if he sees her backstage? What if he's selling lots? What if he's got a bigger car, got a better watch? That doesn't bother me, she really ain't material. It's all the little things they do that put the fear in you. What if he actually replies? What if he phones her too? What if he's doing all the things that I'm supposed to do? What if he's listening, laughing, relating? What if he even cares to ask her how her day's been? What if he's trying to give her everything she needs and expects from the one damn person that she's dating? I should have helped her follow a dream, but instead I held her back and had her following me. And boys gotta...
I should have helped her follow her dream. Instead I held her back and had her following me.
Brave face so they'll never know that it hurts just as much when you let them go.
Oh my goodness. So that was requested by Aurora on my comment section. And that was Dave, How I Met My Ex. My gosh. That song has sent shivers down my spine. But guys, I'm not going to say too much anymore now. I'm just going to say that this song really and truly needs to be presented and dissected in schools. So when you have young people 15, 16, 17, 18, etc. at school, Dave has raised so many issues here about relationships, about being a young man, a young woman, etc. Especially now in this society. So say, for instance, things have changed in the last 5, 6, 7 years in this society. And a lot of people I speak to a lot of people along the way, A lot of people don't know their place in society now anymore. Whereas 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a lot of people were much more sure-footed. They sort of knew their place, their position in society. Right now, things have changed so much. A lot of people are saying to me they are confused. They don't know what they should be doing. What is their place in society? So I think this song is, yeah, I think a lot of elements Dave's raised need to be debated here. I like this picture here that says game over, so that's an interesting analogy as well. But his piano playing was sensational. I love the changes, the mood of the piano, everything. That was 7.5 minutes long, guys. That was absolutely sensational. I have never heard this song before today, never in my life. I think I've heard whispers and things around it. I've never heard it before. So that was How I Met My Ex by Dave. That was just unbelievable, people, unbelievable. But thank you very much, Aurora, for asking me to do a reaction on that song. I hope you guys liked it. I hope I didn't offend anyone. I had no idea what the song was about, so I've actually spoken from my heart, from my mind, and this is what it impelled me to say. So guys, please put in a comment section whether you liked the reaction, whether you didn't like the reaction, and just let me know why. But also, please can you help Urb'n Barz to grow and get bigger so I can give more reactions like this if you liked it. And the only way that I can grow and get bigger is if you like, if you subscribe, and if you share this with all your friends. But also, please put in the comment section any other reactions you wish me to do. I'm going to take a lie down after this. This has hit a lot of things inside me. It's given me a lot of pause for thought as well. So guys, I absolutely love this, and thank you very much, Aurora, for asking me to do a reaction. This has literally blown my mind, guys. Sensational, sensational. Dave, that's incredible. I mean, so deep. I always talk about hip hop and MCing, the crafting of rhymes. I always talk about artisans. I talk about architects. Of how you build the structure of a rhyme. You build the rhymes. You build the This is an essay. That's what this is. This is an essay, guys. This is an essay on the socioeconomic and the relationship side of life for young people. Absolutely fantastic track. Totally love it. How I Met My Ex. I'm not going to say any more, guys, but peace. I'm out of here, and have a great day and take care of yourselves. And thank you very much for watching, listening, and thank you very much for interacting with me, guys. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.